Did you know the average San Antonio buyer can save $5,000 to $10,000 by avoiding these top missteps that buyers typically make? Stick with me. We are about to go over the top mistakes that buyers make when purchasing a home right here in the San Antonio market. Let's get after it. If this is your first time to our channel and you would like to know everything there is to know about living in San Antonio and its surrounding areas, make sure you subscribe or tap that bell for notifications to ensure that you're one of the first to be notified when we bring you new market updates. My name is Katie Powers.
And my name is Stephen Garza.
And we get phone calls, emails, and texts from people just like you every single day who are making a move into the area. Whether you're 6 days or 6 months away from making that transition, we would absolutely love to hear from you. All of our information is listed right below, and Steve and I would be honored to be your realtors of choice. Now let's dive in to the top missteps or mistakes that buyers make here in San Antonio when they're purchasing a home. Now, mistake number 1, waiting too long to get pre-approved. This is a really big misstep. When you are even really thinking about purchasing a home, your first thing you should be doing, other than giving us a call, will be getting pre-approved. If you do not have a lender in mind, that's where we come in. We have great preferred lenders that we can refer you to that operate right here in San Antonio and can typically get you better rates than like a big bank like Bank of America, Wells Fargo. Those big banks typically have a hard time getting you the good rates, and you're typically just a number as opposed to having a local lender that can really walk you through the process. That is something that you have to do before we start showing you homes. It is very, very important to ensure that you are pre-approved.
Mistake number 2, focusing only on the house and not the location. What is the famous saying in real estate? The golden rule. Location, location, location. So focusing on location is important because it's your lifestyle. It's what's going to happen in your everyday life, like the kids going to school, commute time, that kind of stuff. And, you know, the neighborhood itself, right? The location. So focusing on the location and then narrowing down within that location, the home itself. That's where we get into the fine details. But picking that area is very important.
Another thing I want to piggyback on this. It's not so much about the location, but once we found your location and we love it, and we're looking at homes. The one thing I also hear from buyers a lot, which when you're looking, it's typical for this to come up, but what I really want to stress is your house is a very large asset. You are looking at buying possibly the largest asset you've ever purchased before, right? So we really want to focus on the house, not necessarily the furniture that you already have moving into the house. So we hear quite a bit, oh, I love this house. Everything is perfect, but I don't think my couch is going to fit in this living room. So we're talking about a $10,000 couch and a $500,000 home. It's really hard for me and Steve and most real estate agents to combat that because it doesn't make any sense in our brains. So I just want to throw that caveat out there. Location is number 1. Once we get your location, we do narrow down the house. But also when we're house shopping, I want our buyers to think big picture. And could your couch fit for a few months until you save up to get a new couch to fit better in your living room? Absolutely. Not worth losing a house that you absolutely love over a few square feet in a living room. So mistake number 3, draining all of your cash into your down payment. This is a big deal. We see it all the time. And honestly, Steve and I are guilty of this when we're purchasing our homes too. It is really easy to run that game of let's throw everything in savings to get that payment as low as possible. And then you're ending up house poor, which is not ideal. And that's never anything that Steve and I would want any buyer to do, let alone our own clients. So the key here is making sure you have the money saved and negotiating strong to ensure that we can save you money with closing costs, or any other of, title policy, the different things that come up on a contract. That's where we come in and we help negotiate those things for you, having a good relationship with your lender and running those numbers to see, can we get the seller to buy the rate down as opposed to you emptying out your entire bank account to get the rate you want. We want to use the seller's equity before we want to use your cash. So that is a really big misstep if you're not looking at the full picture and just using all of your reserves.
The last thing you want to be is house rich, cash poor, stressing if we can go to the movie theaters, right? They've gotten expensive. Not having fun on weekends, that kind of stuff. Not enjoying life, right? We don't want to see you do that. So it's a mistake that people make, and we're guilty of it as well.
Literally, we are guilty of it. So we're also giving you guys advice and having to take our own advice. So
mistake number 4, skipping the home inspection. What I tell my clients all the time is if you're buying a $500,000 home or even a $200,000 home, spend the cash for a home inspection. It's $500, possibly $600. Could it even be $700? Yes, but it is still less than 1%, of your asset that you're buying.
It could save you thousands upon thousands of dollars. The main things the reason why we want this home inspection for you is not the little maintenance items, right? The toilet needs to be tightened. Okay. The windows need to be recaulked. Okay. Those are simple maintenance issues. The things that we want to see on this report to save you is, do we have foundation problems? Is the roof 20 years old and hail damage or possible leakage? Is there plumbing issues? Do we have leaks under the sink? Do we have possibly bigger issues like Steve is going through with our rental right now with a whole drain and having to tunnel under the foundation to fix plumbing, right? Inspections safeguard your investment.
Focus on those big ticket items: roof, foundation, plumbing, AC, that kind of stuff. There will be minor things that come up, like a loose toilet, which we face often. You'd be surprised. But
dryer lint in the dryer vent.
Yes.
Comes up on every inspection.
We get it.
Use your dryer, you're gonna have lint build up.
We get it. You want the perfect house when you move in, and that's totally understandable. But focusing on the big ticket items that cost thousands of dollars to fix, which I'm personally going through right now, those are what you really want to focus on in this home inspection. So it is important getting that home inspection, spending the $500 or $600 to do the WDI, the termite inspection. It's $100. I know it's money, and it's $100, but still.
It's important. And I even stress it on new construction homes. Whether you're buying pre-owned or new, it's man-made. We're all human. Things get overlooked. Things get, I've had a personal experience with a client. They're buying a brand new home, a very expensive brand new home. It's absolutely stunning. And they trusted the builder, so they chose not to do an inspection. They closed, they funded, they moved in, and they realized nobody ever put any insulation in the attic. So obviously the builder will come out and do it, but it's harder to get them to do things after they have your money. So that would have been caught in an inspection. We would have never ended up in the situation where they had to go through a warranty to get something that they should have already had, and a really high electric bill for the first couple of months before the builder went out there and put insulation in their home. So it's just super important. People make mistakes. Homes are man-made. Inspection. Just do the inspection, please, for us all. Mistake number 5, letting your emotions run the purchase. Now, I'm a woman and highly emotional, right? So I totally understand this feeling. And honestly, I haven't slept in 24 hours because I have a transaction that is not going so well. And I get very emotional and wrapped up in it. So if anybody understands this misstep, it's me, right? Because I get so in it with you guys, emotionally invested. But the key here is the more you can guide your decision by data, the better your purchase is going to be, the easier it's going to be. Let us run the market analysis. Let's make sure we're offering a price that matches what the market value is. It's very easy to fall in love with the home and buy off emotion, but we really want to make sure we're not having any issues down the road in the contract and the purchase process. We also don't want you to call us back in 2 years and say, hey, by the way, you overpaid for that house and we can't sell it. That is the last thing we want for you. So making sure that your decision is data driven and you take the emotion out of it and look at the big picture, that is ultimately super, super important.
Well, and that is why you have us, right? You're a real estate agent wherever you might be. If you're looking at selling, the agents help to take the emotion out of the game and we bring logic to the table. And, you know, when you couple that with smart decision making and the data, you know, you're removing that emotion and making sure that the next steps in this process are well decided and what's right for you, right? That's the most important thing.
Yeah, and the only other thing I want to add to that is, as real estate agents, we put on a lot of hats, right? Like sometimes I'm a therapist. Sometimes my clients are venting, they're mad about the repair list, or on the buyer side, they're frustrated that the seller won't accept their counter. And there's a lot of emotions involved. It's a big purchase. It's a lot of money. It's a place where you're going to have your family move into. And it's very understandable to be emotional about it. And it's okay to have the emotions. We're here. Honestly, I love talking things out with clients. Like, it helps you really think things through. And it also allows me to give you different perspectives, right? So yes, I am an emotional person. Yes, I will cry with you. Yes, I am through it, but I do have the experience of taking the emotion out of it as well. And we are here to help guide you. You have Steve and us. Like, Steve and I balance each other out very well. Working on a transaction together, you'll see it. If you want the hard, cold facts, he's going to be able to give it to you without any sugarcoating, without any fluff. It's going to be very direct. If you want a little fluff and a little soft landing, I'm going to be your girl. Okay? So you got the best of both worlds here. And really, the whole point of these 5 missteps is to give you an idea of how we can help you save money. These are really important. The only thing that we didn't put on this list that I'm just going to say, like, here's misstep 5.5. Don't buy anything big on credit when we're going through a buying process.
Yeah, that's a very important one.
I know it's not really like a huge thing in going through finding a home, which is what these missteps are about. But if we are under contract, I honestly don't care if you have 400 grand sitting in your bank and are perfect 800 credit score and have no issues buying things on credit and affecting the loan. Wait 30 days. Just wait 30 days. Don't buy your furniture until you've closed and funded and have the keys in your hand. Don't buy a boat. This has happened. I say this and we laugh, but it has happened, and people have lost the ability to purchase a home because they bought a boat, bought a lake house, and bought a boat before they closed on the lake house. And now they have a boat and no lake house. Don't be that person. Don't buy things on credit, which you will hear from us once we are working together. But all of that being said, these are your 5.5 missteps that you could potentially cost you lots of money. Steve and I are here for you. All of our information is listed right below. You can think of any other missteps that we missed. Drop them in the comments. If you thought this was helpful, let us know. We would love to hear from you. Give us a call if you're looking to purchase whenever. We're here to help, whether you're 2 years out, a year out, or a week out. We're here to help you. We're here to guide you and give you all of our experience, advice, knowledge, all of those things. We're here for you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.